Hey y'all, it's Indigo here, back with another round of Grand Arena Championships. I'm trying to catch up here. This is round 3 of week 2, and I'm a little delayed getting it out because my video program crashed and I had to find a new one. So I got the new one ready to go, and here we are. Let's take a look at the board here. I played this opponent before, and one of the things I remember that's most annoying is he likes to wait till the very end to attack, or at least wait for me to go. So I hate it when people do that. Let me show you this board. You saw the top right there. I'll show you the bottom because that's the way we're going to go first. You can already see that there's a GL out front that I'm going to have to deal with straight away. So we'll sort that out and see what's going on. He's got CLS, GAS, a GG team, and then Ray. And I knew he likes to set CLS on D, so I kept my own Grievous, but I messed up and I accidentally set Newt on defense, and he's a key part of that GG counter. So I won't have GG to kill the CLS. I'll have to think of something else. I didn't realize that till after it was time, and I was like, oh, I'm missing a piece. So we'll go first after his Ray. I'm just going to use the old Luke Nukem team. Works pretty well. Just mark Ray and go straight after her, buff up Gas, let him do all the work, heavy damage and everything. Buff him up some more with Luke there. The goal is to try and get Ray into damage immunity as quick as you can. That way she'll hurry up and come out of it, and you can just take her out kind of right at the start. Sometimes you get lucky enough and can get her right on the get-go after you do your AoE and armor shreds her. But a lot of the times lately with all the high relics and whatnot, we're not able to do that. But you see right there, I was able to still get her out. Didn't have to worry about tanking an ultimate or anything like that. So now that she's gone, it's just taking out these sides, before I get too much damage. The thing is, though, it's more of a survivability team. There's no, resistance hero bros in here who are big damage dealers. So I kind of do have time. It just takes a while to get through them. So I gotta do armor shreds and, spread the damage around. Try and take out Queel and try and take out Barris if I can. With Barris gone, they won't get all that passive healing, which can really slow down the fight. I mean, she can end up timing you out if you're not careful. But we'll go hard after her, and eventually she'll be weak enough that we can knock her out. So keep sending turns over to Gas, let him do his thing. He's going to eventually hit hard enough where he can take her out. So we'll keep going after her. Just keep ability block, whatever master's training. Doesn't matter. The biggest threat was Ray, and she's gone. So once she's gone, it's so much easier to deal with the leftovers. You can see, though, they're doing all this work, and it's like, man, they're not really making any progress. Should I switch my target to somebody else? So I'm going after Queel here, seeing if I can make a difference there. And then there we go. That AoE from Gas was able to knock out half the board. And so with that done, now I'm, in a much safer position. Just got to get this last one out. IG, once he's gone, we'll take it. So I'm not sure what the banners typically are on this team. Try to heal everybody up as much as you can, but generally you end up missing some protection banners because they end up getting through your protection cushion. So in this case, I fell only one banner short, but 59 banners, that ain't too bad. And now against his CLS, since I mentioned I didn't have Newt for my Grievous team to try that counter, I had to go burn C here. So you can use C with Crew as a second, and he can take a lot of punishment. Any hits that they throw on Crew is just that much less that C has to tank. And so sometimes he can die, but usually he ends up living. And any fire that he draws is enough to allow C to survive and get to his ultimate. Once he does that, you're in good shape. You just got to link the Chewies because they're the most damage and get them out. And then after that, it's pretty easy to get rid of Han and CLS. So that's what we're going to do. Go into ultimate mode here. And as soon as I get my special, we'll let it rip. And there we go. The Chewies are gone. Now I just have Han and CLS left to deal with. I don't mind C3PO because he's just going to be there doing his thing and die soon enough. I'll go ahead and link just to take an extra turn and try to get rid of some of those debuffs because it counts as 2 turns. So the debuffs wear off, so I don't have to deal with all those. You can see my crew's still alive, tanking it out, doing his job, being a punching bag. And there we go. Look at that, 61 banners for using only 2 characters against the CLS team. Now I'll go ahead and take in my Jedi against his GAC because I set my CLS on defense. I don't have him either. So I figured it would be my opponent's problem. And I had to come up with something. So I'm using JML here with my leftover Jedi. I got Grandmaster Yoda, Shakti, Old Ben, and Jolee. So even though Jolee can't revive because of Gas's ability where, once they kill him, that's it, at least he can heal him up, and then that's going to keep everybody alive if it comes to it. I think worst case, it would only be Yoda getting knocked out. But right now I'm using him as the weapon to do most of the damage, kind of alternating between Yoda and Shakti. And so once you keep using the ability to call him to assist, you don't have to worry about counterattacks. So it actually works out pretty well. I was thinking if I should end up mind tricks in there, but that wouldn't really do anything since they already have ability block. So I'll just try and take out as many as I can before he gets back up. And then you just got to tank it out. Not a lot to say there. You're going to take some hits. But thankfully I got my own ultimate. So now that that's done, I can hurry up and make him try and sit back down. And then kill that clone. And I'll be in really good shape. Almost got him. So we'll do the AoE here just to try and take off some protection, everything. So once we go after that clone, it shouldn't take more than a hit or 2. And then Gas will get back up and have no protection. So that's what we're going to try and do. Use the ability to go ahead and call somebody over here. And hopefully that'll do it. Gas gets up. You see he's got no protection left. So we just use his special to call Yoda. We use that special to call Yoda again. So you just keep doing some damage. Use that special. And we can call Jedi Master Luke to finish it off. There we go. 55 banners. Nobody had protection. But we got through it okay. And that wasn't a team I was going to use anywhere else. Now we got to go after his Grievous team. He's got Newt on there. So the only counter that that I know will work, and I used to use it a lot back in the day, is going to be this one. And if you guys aren't familiar with this one, then watch and see how it goes. Because we used to use it all the time way back when. And it was Triumvirate with Thrawn and Sith Empire Trooper, just as your taunting tank. So what you want to do is isolate Magnus so you don't have to deal with his taunt. I've already got Held by Hatred off for Scion, so he should be able to revive, not a problem. You don't actually want to kill anyone. I want to do some damage to B2 so that I can get him low, but I don't actually want to end up killing anybody. And I don't want to hit Grievous because I don't want him marking somebody else to where I can't get to him. The whole goal is to just kind of bide your time and throw the cooldown and whatnot over to Nihilus so that he's going to hurry up and get Annihilate. So now that he's up and he's got Annihilate, we'll just take out Grievous right there. And then once Grievous is gone, we can get rid of the rest of them. I did lose my Thrawn, but, that's okay. At least I was able to get through it, and it didn't cost me a whole lot. So, making good progress here, going after Newt. Just Newt and Magna left. I like it. I don't know. It was a good counter. It definitely serves its purpose, and I'm glad I have it to fall back on because I kind of messed up in my planning a little bit by just putting the wrong character on defense, and that kind of shifts what you're going to use for everything else. So, able to make it through. I have an idea of what he's got in the back. But, you know, we'll see when it happens. Whenever I open that, we'll see what he's got back there. I just have an idea. Right now, back to this, we've got Annihilate up again. So I was like, do I just Annihilate Newt and not have to worry about him? Magna's not going to do anything. The only thing he can do is that death hit that he does and tap everybody, but you're already getting, you know, not max banners or anywhere close from this. It's just one of those things. It's the cost of doing business. So 53 banners, not terrible, but at least I was able to get through it. So thankfully that's done. Wall's down. Now you can look him back and see what he's got back there. And look who it is. Jedi Master Kenobi with the Bad Batch. Everybody's putting that now. JMK with the Bad Batch. And then he's only got Mon Mothma and Geo's back there. So that's great. That's definitely stuff that I've got counters for. I love those teams because I get to use Jawas on one of them. You know, I'm like, I'll go ahead and use those somewhere. Get some use out of them. We'll go up top, start taking these guys out. See what he's got as far as ships goes. So let's work on that. I'm going to use my Geos against his First Order team. So this is a Hux team, which has a lot more damage, and they have counterattacks. So I got to watch out for that, because once they get going, they can really end up killing some people, you know, doing some serious damage. It doesn't have the survivability that a crew team does, because you have to time your Geos right and get the big hits on crew. Otherwise, you could time out. I don't have to worry about that here. You can see I'm able to just kind of mow through these guys. They're, what do you call them, like glass cannons. They'll do a lot of damage, and if you take the wrong team in, they're going to mow over you, but they don't have any staying power. So we'll just knock them down, kill them as fast as we can, trying to get back around and see if I can heal up, maybe get a couple extra banners that way, and I was able to use that move. So there we go. We can finish it off and get what we get, and what we get is a 60. So that was pretty nice. Trying to get as many of those as I can, since I'm going to be doing the majority of my attacks before my opponent decides to do anything. I already know that. I mentioned that this guy always likes to go after I do, and he's really efficient. So gotta watch out, you know, gotta try my best and hopefully get a win here if I can. You never know, you just gotta take them where you can. So we've got a Cure Scoundrel team. He's got Zalbar there, Nest, but he's also got Bam. So you got whistling birds in there to deal with. I figured bounty hunters would be okay, because I should be able to get to my contract fairly quickly, and then after that I can just start disintegrating some fools. So let's try and do that. Hopefully I can hurry up, pop this contract, and then start making some progress. And there we go. Contract's off. Now I can do my execute. So why not? Go ahead and take out Mando there. He's gone. As soon as I get around to disintegrate, Nest will be gone. And then I'll just have Zalbar to deal with. So he's a tank, even though he's got that counter. It's not really anything too bad to deal with. So we'll go ahead and mass attack him. Tried to get a stun and it didn't work. Now I got disintegrate up. Might as well go ahead and get rid of Nest. And then now for sure I'll be able to take this team down and just try and do as much damage as I can as fast as I can. Look at that. Everybody's doing what they can do. Django's got his rocket. I got the mass attack from Grief. Look at them bounty hunters putting in work, and I got a 60. So I'm pretty happy with that. Next up, I'm going to take my Imp Troopers against his bounty hunters. I should be able to outrun them no problem. Veers, Piet, Range, Dark, and Death. So we'll just go all in with our specials and boost the turn meter, buff everybody up, and just start taking them out one by one. Shouldn't be a problem. As long as you get to move first with them troopers, you know, Dark is overkill here, but where else am I going to use him? Don't really need him. Once you go first, the other team never gets to move. So that's what we're going to do here. Keep going after him. I've got Death Mark up. I was thinking about, do I really need it, or should I save it for somebody else? We'll go ahead and take Django out. Alright, I've just got these 3 left to deal with, so let's keep working on taking them out. Got Mando here, he's gone. Now I just have Grief and Bosk left. Go after Grief since he's the squishier one. Now I've got Death Mark up, so we'll put that on him and let Dark do his work. Look at that. Easy peasy and another 60 banners. So I'm happy with all these 60s that I'm getting. You know, it's a far cry from some other matches where I end up just completely failing. Oh my god, it is nice to get a perfect 60 every now and again. So here's what I ended up using my Grievous team on. He's got this Maul team, Maul lead. Got Dooku in there, Sidious. You know, it's just a leftover type team that you see people have, because we've all got these characters up to relics that we've had to for GLs, and you got to use them somewhere. So he's making the best of the characters that he has and trying to make squads that will hopefully do something. And if these squads can take some points off the board, you know, then that's all they need to do. They don't necessarily need to get a hold. So unfortunately for me, they are going to take points off the board here because it's a Grievous team. He kills his allies, so I'd have no shot at getting a perfect score here. Even if I try to heal everybody up with health and protection, you know, you can see that Grievous keeps taking bites out of people, and there's nothing I can really do about that. I need him here. He at least hits really hard, and I can just kind of mow over this team. But yeah, it is going to cost me some points. So keep working on them. Almost got them down. A couple more to go, and that should be that. I was looking to see if I can heal up anyone's protection and try to max them out and at least get a banner back. But everybody's missing, you know, something. So there's nothing I can really do there. It's just the nature of the team. I did manage to get 56, so somebody had protection, you know, got that extra point. That'll finish off his top wall. Look in the back. I don't know why it shows an Empire ship as the main ship if there's friggin' negotiator underneath it. So, yay, I got a negotiator to kill. Deal with that in a minute. Let's go ahead and kill those back teams. So, he's got that Jedi Master Kenobi back there. I do have a counter for it. I have my own Jedi Master Kenobi. Should be no problem. But I don't want to use that, because if I use that and he sees a one-shot on his JMK, he's going to know that, okay, likely my JMK isn't waiting in the back. And that's what I hate about going first, is you can give your opponent some intel if they see what scores you got on each squad. And so it is advantageous if you can wait till the very end of the round to do your attacks, and you track your opponent and see what he scored. You know, then you have an idea of, okay, this can't be waiting for me in the back because my opponent's gotten a couple 63s and 60 pluses, so I know he didn't stack the back with GLs. And I didn't want to give him that information. So anyway, we'll come back to that. Right now you see me taking out some Geos with some good old Nightsisters. Don't get to use these ladies too often, but they do some work on Geos. Thankfully, MT lead with the Plague, and then the combination of the Geos going so much that they like to target my zombie and eventually kill somebody. As long as it's not Daka, I don't care. It's just going to ramp up Daka's health and Asajj's damage, and eventually Asajj is going to be able to do her AoE and take everybody out once I've worked them down a bit and Plague has done some work. So Spirit's dead. Usually they go after Spirit like that. I don't know why, but that's fine. We'll let Spirit stay dead and keep doing the assist from the grave, because every time I get one of those, it's just going to make Daka and Asajj that much stronger. So we'll keep doing basics whenever we can. That way she'll keep coming back and keep ramping up the damage. Keep doing it again. Even though I had Asajj's AoE ready to go, it was due for a basic to get that extra assist and that extra revive. And like I said, it ramps up the team. So the faster we can do that, the more we can do that, the faster we can get through this Geo team. So that's what I want to do. Anytime, though, that they end up killing somebody else, then I would do my revive. But as long as I've got 4 standing, I think it's fine for me to go ahead and keep doing the basics and keep trying to ramp up that damage as fast as I can. So if I can, I'm trying to get around to alpha and throw some damage that way. But I do get stuck behind the taunt quite a bit. So got to deal with that. And if you end up killing the brute, it'll just end up summoning another one. So, what can I do? Keep using Asajj's heal up. That way it'll also get rid of the buffs. And that'll help get rid of taunt. And now I can focus on alpha. Go ahead and throw some more plague on the field. You can see everybody's getting down into the yellow, into the red. I was like, please let me keep going. I almost got it. Knock them all out. And I just got one left to deal with. So we'll heal up and bring back Spirit. And then Spirit should get the killing blow right there. And that's the best we can hope for. 55 banners. But usually it's a, pretty good matchup. Now we'll go after his Mothma team. I've got EP, Vader, Moff Gideon, Watt, and Shore. So this team should stomp all over him. Since I've got EP lead, I'll go ahead and throw the dots up, and that'll give me an extra turn with Vader. Now that I have my extra turn, I can go into Merciless, and then work my way around, and I'll get some more dots. I'll have a chance to throw some more dots down, by the time I get to the end. So got a Cullen Blade for one, and since he's got the weapons tech on him, they're not going to revive. So I don't have to worry about any of that business. Just got to go around the world, do my ability blocks, throw some more dots. Now I got a Culling Blade up. There goes Pow. You can see how easy it is with this team. And look at that, Kara. She's not reviving. Got one more to go. Go for the stun here. Didn't land, but that's okay. I've just got this last one to take out, and it should be fine. Should be able to circle back around and not have any issue. There we go. One hit, not quite enough, but that did it. Shore was able to finish him off, and I still did end up with my 60 banners. So the more of those I can rack up, the better. So I've done all the other squads except for that JMK. Like I said, I'm going to hang on to doing that. As long as I've cleared everything else off, I can take my time. I'll show you what I got on the ships. He's got his Empire and his Negotiator there. So that's fine. I have been practicing a little bit. So I do have Rebels for his Negotiator, and then my own Negotiator for his Empire. So Rebels versus Negotiator worked out. I ended up getting 63 there. I think that turned out pretty well. Sometimes I can get a little bit higher, but I'll take 63. I think that was good. And then for the Empire one, I used my Negotiator, and I ended up getting 66 banners with Negotiator there. So better scores than I thought I'd get anyway, and that at least sets the bar pretty high for my opponent, I think. So I did pretty well on fleet. I just have that one ground squad left to deal with. And I'll show you the clock when we flash back to the board here. You can see the round timer and see how much time is left. And we've still got 9 hours left and change in the attack round. So I wait. I was like, I set alarms. I set 2 or 3 alarms to come back and start doing my part when it's closer to time to go. And you can look at the clock now. Now that it's closer, I just cut it all out, and post it together. There's like under 20 minutes to go, and my opponent had not attacked. So I was like, I'm going to go ahead and just finish off this team. There's no way he can wait till 20 minutes to go. It takes like an hour to do GAC, even if you know what you're going to use. So I didn't understand that, but I'm going to go ahead and do my part. This is my Jedi Master Kenobi. And I don't have gas, so I got Jedi and Anakin in there, but I do have Cam. So I figured they're a better team. They should do fine against the Bad Batch. And they do. This is the first time I think I've used a JMK with Jedi against the Bad Batch, because nobody in my arena has a Bad Batch to be able to put in and practice against this team. Nobody wailed on them. And I think it's kind of dumb because they're not great. Like, they're a solid maybe B team, but they're really not great for, You know, they're not a GL killer on their own. I know there are some versions, but everyone that's, you know, maxed them out and spent a lot of money, and especially on Omega, hasn't been too happy with having to buy all 5 characters and getting very little return. So, yeah, I don't know. It didn't really do him any favors. You can see I'm kind of tearing through these Bad Batch. Even though they end up stealthing, I don't think it matters. I just go after whoever I can get to, and then if I have to go after Kenobi, so be it. But that's what we'll do. I've got my ultimate up, so we'll go ahead and pop that. Keep going after him. My cam's going to hit plenty hard, enough to do the job anyway, so keep going after whoever we can. He does have his ultimate. I don't think it's going to matter. I switched to going after one of the clones here. I think it's Hunter, because I figure if I can take another one out, then that's great. Everyone I can kill is going to give me a numbers advantage, so we'll keep doing that. But once they come out of stealth, if I can get a shot, I'm going to go for it. Otherwise, my default target is Kenobi here. We'll keep working him down. I really don't have a set strategy. Like I said, this is the first time I've kind of used Jedi here against these, because I haven't been able to practice this battle. Almost got it. This battle does go on because these guys are pretty durable, but there we go. Kenobi's down. Once he's gone, it really doesn't matter. Get rid of these clones as soon as I can. If I got to keep switching back and forth, who cares? All kinds of debuff to hell, but eventually I'll be able to clear that off. I still got some turns to go for Kenobi's cooldown before he can do that. But it really doesn't matter. Every single one of my characters is going to hit hard enough that I should be able to knock them out, whoever I'm going after. Even though they keep healing up, it just drags it out. It is a little bit annoying, but we'll keep using our moves here and just do the damage we can. Eventually, I'm going to get one of them down. As soon as Cam gets to go, there he went, knocked him down, and now it's just cleanup. I've got about a minute and something left. And look at that. All those debuffs, all that, still ended up with 60 banners. And you can see my alarm telling me I got 15 minutes left in the round. That was my, last warning to, if I hadn't gone, to get in there and do that. So that was it. I cleaned his board, and I got a pretty decent score. I don't know. I think I did pretty good. Unfortunately, my opponent never attacked. Didn't message, didn't attack, didn't even attempt a battle. So that was it. I won anyway. That's it for week 2. We'll catch you guys in the next round. Thanks for watching my video, guys. If you enjoyed the video, please give me a thumbs up, subscribe, share your comments down below, and hopefully you'll check out my other videos on my channel. Peace.